Good morning, everyone. Nice to see so many people with us this morning. This is the Planning and Development Committee, our first organizational meeting with our meeting agenda. It is Friday, February 6th, 2026, and it is 10:32 a.m. We're going to start with some remarks this morning. I'm actually going to start with some housekeeping items because we always have to get through those in the first meeting. As a reminder, our meetings are hybrid, so if you don't see enough people in the room, they are probably online. I'd also remind everyone that there is a finance OPM briefing happening at the same time, and many of our members are on that committee, so don't be upset not to see them here. They will eventually vote, as we will be holding the votes open today until 2 p.m. If you are not speaking on Zoom, as a reminder, please have your mic muted. We don't need to hear your other conversations while we're trying to do our business. Don't use the chat function on Zoom. It should be disabled, actually, but please raise your hand on Zoom if you need to speak on any of the bills. And as a reminder, when you are voting, we need to see your face when you are on Zoom. So sometimes it's better to make sure you see your face on Zoom, take a pause, and then your name and how you're voting, because we do have a few roll call votes today. If you're in person, please remember to use your mic at all times, and I will have my head on a swivel to make sure everyone who wants to talk is able to speak on bills today. Few more announcements, and unfortunately, he is not online because I was going to embarrass him mightily. Representative Joe Zullo, who you know I have a longstanding wonderful relationship with, is not going to be our ranking this year. He is working hard in his full-time job as a lawyer, and so the wonderful Representative Irene Haynes is joining us as ranking for this year, and we are happy to have her. That was the enthusiastic applause. We'll say for the record. Um, but I just want to thank Representative Zullo for his partnership over the last 3 years. It's been really enjoyable to work with him, and he is still on the committee, so I will find time to harass him at some point during session. And maybe we'll beg the current ranking to do that last bill of the session on Sine Die like we normally do, the dog and pony show, so to speak. Oh, there he is. There he is. I just said all kinds of nice things about Rep Zullo, and there he is. So now I can say all the negative things. No, I'm kidding. I also did want to just share, as I said, we've had some changes. We have a new clerk this year. For anybody who doesn't know, Christian Tolarski is joining us. He was previously the clerk of the Children's Committee. He is our clerk. We have 2 assistant clerks this year, and I am looking for my little sticky note so that I get this correctly. But sometimes we get assigned assistant clerks, and then unfortunately we lose them. But this year we have Michael Heyman and Jason, and hopefully I'm not butchering his last name, Carlosio. And I'd also like to say that we have Ellie Rosen this year as my Trinity intern, so she will be helping us as well. I want to start by thanking in advance because, as many of you have heard, we have a very short session ahead of us, only about 60 days after today. So thanking our LCO attorneys, Sarah O'Connor and Jonathan Porzek, and thanking our OLR, Jessica and Julia, for being so wonderful and answering all my inane questions. And for all of the other staff on the House and the Senate side who are so helpful to us daily, including our policy folks, Will Cromwell, Matt Sorrells, and I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but we have an enormous task ahead of us. I think we're going to have a pretty busy session. We appreciate your patience with us, and we are continuing to receive requests. But thank God the bill system closes today at, I believe, 5 o'clock. So, so we are very grateful for that. I think I've gotten the majority of the announcements. So, Senator Rahman, some remarks.
Thank you, Madam Co-Chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back and great to see you all. And I see that my good friend, our ranking Julo there, but his seat we're going to keep open here. Anytime he can come and join with us again. But welcome, Rep. Hines, and we are looking forward to work with you as this committee doing really great job the last 3 years. And I'm really honored to work with all our members and ranking, and especially my co-chair, amazing co-chair, Carlos Dogro, and all our stockholders. Like my co-chair mentioned, your opinion, your ideas matter. So I know that every single idea is not going to become a law, but we are willing to listen and hear from you, every single person in this room, and anywhere from the state of Connecticut, because the PND and housing is a pretty important, and I know we are here to creating more housing desperately. Our community needs a housing shortage, so we all knows that. But please help us how we can create more housing. With that, I want to back to my co-chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say I'm grateful that we have our rankings. I'm grateful for the relationship that we have and that we are able to move forward. So I will start with Senator Gordon for his remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just want to echo the sentiment that I'm looking forward to working with everyone on the committee and continuing to work with the chairs. We have very big agenda items sometimes because there's a lot of stuff we look at. But I'm glad that we endeavor to do it and look forward to another productive session for the committee. And we always have very good discussions, debates on a wide range of very important issues. I do want to make a quick note that today is National Wear Red Day to highlight women's heart health, and a big shout out to my wife, who is a heart doctor. So happy to do a big shout out to her as she keeps many people heart healthy, and she tries her best to keep me heart healthy. And in addition, we have lots of issues, and I look forward to getting into those in our usual bipartisan way. A lot of municipal issues, state municipal interaction issues, the farming issues with PA 490, especially. So I look forward to what we can do with those types of discussions, debates, and before we're done with the committee JF deadline, which is just around the corner. So thank you.
And thankfully, the working group for PA 490 is starting on Monday. So there's going to be a lot of discussion there, which will save us a lot of discussion. Representative Haynes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'm very excited to be here as ranking. I do have big shoes to fill, as we've already said. So, Joe, thank you for the opportunity to help with the P&D committee and in the position of ranking. Looking forward to working with the chairs and my senator here in regards to all the issues that have come up before this committee. As a prior first selectman, I understand the municipal side of things and how these bills can affect the towns, and we look forward to keeping local issues local, and where we can help, such as in the particular, my senator just brought up the PA 490. Looking forward to that discussion. So again, the working group working on Monday, and looking forward to hearing what they have to say, and we'll be able to bring that up in our next meeting. So looking forward to all the work that we have ahead of us. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. And so we will move on to Roman numeral 3, our concepts for review. We are going to go over first, I'll read the titles of the ones that we plan on raising together, and we will go from there. We do have a few roll call votes this morning. So starting with this morning, I'm just going to read through. Item number 1, an act implementing the recommendations of the continuing Legislative Committee on State Planning and Development concerning the State Plan of Conservation and Development. Number 3, an act authorizing municipalities to enforce certain blight regulations without providing notice or an opportunity to remediate. Number 5, an act concerning the publication of legal notices by municipalities. Number 6, an act concerning the recommendations of the Intergovernmental Policy and Planning Division within the Office of Policy and Management. Number 7, an act concerning municipal property tax assessment. Number 8, an act concerning municipal tax collection. Number 9, an act concerning the location of tobacco and vape retailers. Number 10, an act concerning accessory dwelling unit sewer connections. Number 11, an act establishing a program of assistance for municipalities publishing certain information online. Number 13, an act concerning certain coastal site review plan requirements. Coastal site plan review requirements. Number 14, an act concerning certain delinquent municipal property tax payments owed by Success Village Apartments. Number 15, an act concerning historic district commissions. Number 16, an act concerning the legislative commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to statutes relating to planning and development. Hopefully I got all of those correct. I'm just looking to my LCOs. May I please have a motion to raise items 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16.
I make a motion.
Okay, and may I have a second?
Second.
Okay, great. Is there any discussion on this portion of the agenda? Okay, great. So I don't think we don't have a roll call vote. So at this point, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for unmuting yourselves. All opposed? The ayes have it. And items 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16 have been raised. Now we move on to our roll call votes. Item number 2, an act authorizing municipalities to prohibit the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in pet shops. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second? Thank you so much. Discussion, please. Representative Drubitsky.
We've had this bill a number of times or something similar over the years, and we've had extensive testimony from people who own pet shops and people from the neighborhood, people who buy animals from pet shops. And we keep bringing the same bill up. We keep requiring these people to come here and argue for their own existence. I think it's cruel that we keep pushing these people because there aren't all that many pet shops left in Connecticut. We're driving them out. If this bill goes through, undoubtedly many more will close. This bill has been up many times. I don't understand why it keeps coming back. The legislature has clearly indicated a preference not to do this. So I don't understand why it's on our agenda again. I certainly will be opposing it again. And if we force the pet shop owners to come up here again to testify and to explain why we shouldn't do what's in this bill, then, you know, it's a sad commentary on what we do up here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the feedback on that. I would say that this bill is a little bit different this year. We have tried to pass it as a mandate in the past. This year, it's actually an option. Part of the reason why we've brought this bill back again is that we have towns, multiple towns, that are sitting in a situation where their municipal lawyers say they don't feel that they have the option in order to ban these, but the towns themselves have constituents who would like to not have these pet shops in their towns and cities. I would also say we have seen a growth of these pet shops after New York had decided to ban them. In fact, some of the testimony we received last year shared that that was part of the reason why they moved their businesses to Connecticut. These are obviously very lucrative businesses. So even though we sometimes hear that Connecticut isn't a great place to start a business, apparently it is a great place to start a business if you're a pet shop. So I think that in order to give our towns the option that they need in order to not have these businesses within their municipalities, that is why we are bringing this bill back again. And if we do not have any further discussion at this time, go ahead, Senator Gordon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I do appreciate and raise concerns similar to my my good colleague Rep. Dubitsky. I understand also that this is a bit different than just an outright mandate. Having served on a planning and zoning commission for 16 years, I think that municipalities have the authority. But for purposes of fostering some discussion, given that this is a bit different, and I certainly welcome hearing why some municipal lawyers feel that municipalities don't already have that inherent authority to do something like this. I'm willing to move the concept forward, but it doesn't mean that I would necessarily have that implied that I will vote for whatever ultimately gets drafted and moved out. But I think for purposes of discussion, I'll vote yes to hear both sides, given this is a bit of a different bill than previously.
Any further discussion? Seeing none at this time, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to raise agenda item number 2, an act authorizing municipalities to prohibit the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits at pet shops. Senator Rahman,
Yes.
Representative Kavros DeGraw,
Yes.
Senator Gordon,
Yes.
Representative Haynes,
Rep. Haynes is a no.
Representative Chafee,
Representative Chafee votes yes.
Senator Needleman, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Delnicki, Representative Duzowski,
No.
Senator Fazio, Senator Fonfara, Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator Honig, Senator Huang, Representative Lamarck Muir,
Yes.
Senator McCrory, Representative Lamar, Representative Rader, Representative Santinella, Representative Winter,
Representative Winter votes yes.
Representative Zawatowski, Representative Zulo.
Rep. Zulo votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Just as a reminder, the reason a lot of people are not voting right now is because they are in other committees, some of them actually chairing other committees, but we will be keeping votes open until 2 p.m. Moving on to item number 4, an act authorizing a commercial vacancy fee. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second? And discussion. Senator Gordon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I understand where this, what this bill is trying to drive at, but my concern is that we're talking about people's private property. And unless someone is breaking a law, having a building that is deemed a public health code violation or a fire safety code violation, or for example, a building code violation, or in violation of if a municipality has a blight ordinance, then otherwise it's private property. And if someone chooses to have their commercial property vacant, it may be for various reasons. It could be that they have plans to maybe do something like put a store or something in, but because of financial hardship, they're just unable to do it. And so it may sit vacant for a number of years, but they do have plans to perhaps do something, or they're trying to rent it and just unable to for whatever reasons that is really a private matter, not a municipal matter. So I do understand, but it just concerns me that one would want to be putting a fee, which is a tax, on someone's private property that if they're not otherwise doing anything illegal, and it is their personal private property. So I have concerns about it. I know this is a concept, but I do have some underlying fundamental concerns about it, and for that reason, I will be voting no. But if this does get moved forward, otherwise, I certainly will listen to any debate and any public hearing that might happen to hear what people have to say. But those are my serious concerns with regards to a commercial vacancy fee. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion, Representative Jablonski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. When I look at these bills, I try to put myself in the shoes of a person who would be affected by it. So with this, I think of myself as a small owner of a couple of commercial buildings that I rent out to stores or some other type of commercial operation. And if somebody, their lease expires or they move out for some reason, I've got now an empty facility. I've got an empty store or an empty warehouse or some empty commercial building that I'm trying to lease. And it's on the market. And maybe my town isn't doing so great and it isn't attracting any businesses into the town. Or maybe my building is not in that great shape and I can't afford without this rent to fix it. So I'm having trouble getting somebody to come in and lease my space, open a new store or a warehouse facility or whatever. And then I get whacked with a tax because it's empty. That's what a commercial vacancy fee is under my understanding. So I get taxed for having it open, for having it empty, even if I'm trying to lease it. And it doesn't make sense to me other than an attempt to force commercial properties to turn into housing. And I don't think that is what the legislature should be doing. I don't think that's what municipalities should be doing. So, you know, unless I see actual language that dispels me of my understanding of what this is, I could not support it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And frankly, that's kind of the trouble in our short sessions when we're just raising concepts and we don't have a lot of time to flesh out the actual conversation until we do have the bills written and at that point they have been raised and we're heading towards a public hearing. The purpose of this bill is actually to improve downtown corridors, main streets. It would be limited to that. It has nothing to do with housing. It really is about improving these downtown spaces, giving these downtowns an option. And it is not to try to force folks into perhaps taking a bad tenant. If the owner of the property can prove that they are trying to use the space for a pop-up, that it's been white box, that they are actively pursuing trying to rent that space, there would be absolutely no vacancy fee penalty, or however you would like to phrase it. The goal really is to try to improve our downtown main streets, to make them vibrant places that people want to visit. And it's not really about blight, but it is adjacent to blight. So that's the purpose of this bill. Any further discussion? Representative Haynes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I appreciate what you just said, and I have to call on some real world stuff that's going on right in my town. We have beautiful East Haddam Village, which is right on the Connecticut River, the home of the Opera House, the Goodspeed Opera House. Right now, across the street from the Goodspeed Opera House is a municipal complex, couple of small buildings that have been continuously involved in a redevelopment agency now, prior to a revitalization committee. And it's really been under scrutiny for many years, and we're getting there. We're doing some brownfield remediation. Meanwhile, nothing's happened. And there have been businesses that have come and gone in our village. And a lot of it, you know, when I got there 30 years ago, it was a very vibrant village. There was lots of shops, really cool places, ice cream shop, everything. It was great. But it's been tough because this municipal space that we vacated now is empty, and we're trying to figure out what to do with it. So the businesses that have come and gone in our village in these last few years came and gone because there's nothing going on, and it's to no fault of the landlord. Our landlords have worked hard to make sure that they can, you know, fill this vacancy. But when you have a village that's been basically held hostage by municipal inefficiency to get something done, or to find a developer who's willing to come in and do it, meanwhile, the other ancillary places nearby are in trouble and they can't be rented, and they're trying to be rented. And I just think that for us to step in and, as you know, my colleague said, charge them more money for these poor landlords that are trying to rent them is the wrong approach. And it's also, I think it speaks negatively if there was a municipality looking to charge additional fees to possible commercial renters, et cetera. It just doesn't sit right for me. And I appreciate Connecticut Main Street. They do a great job, but this concept is not going to work for me. So I'm definitely going to be a no on this one.
Thank you so much. And as a reminder, this would be an option, not a mandate. Any further discussion? Senator Rahman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Reason I'm supporting this concept, this is concept. We don't have any language or anything yet. And I don't think so. My understanding is anything to do with the tax. So we want to hear from the public, and I think ideas to improving the downtowns. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to raise agenda item number 4, an act authorizing commercial vacancy fee. Senator Rahman,
Yes.
Representative Kavros-DeGraw,
Yes.
Senator Gordon,
No.
Representative Haynes,
Rep. Haynes says no.
Representative Chafee,
Rep. Chafee votes yes.
Senator Needleman, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Delnicki, Representative Dubitsky,
No.
Senator Fazio, Senator Fonfara, Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator Hodig, Senator Huang, Representative Lamarck Muir,
Yes.
Senator McCrory, Representative Lamar, Representative Rader, Representative Santinella, Representative Winter,
Representative Winter votes yes.
Senator Zawistowski, Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes no.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk, and we will be holding the votes open until 2. Item number 12, an act concerning fees in lieu of sidewalks. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you so much. Discussion. Representative Haynes.
Again, in regards to setting fees out there for people that are trying to improve Main Street is not the way to go. So I'm a no on this one as well. Thank you.
Further discussion? Senator Gordon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do have some concerns about this. However, I'm willing, as a concept, to hear more about it and to hear more of the pros and cons about it. And even though I will vote yes to move the concept forward, certainly doesn't imply that I'll ultimately vote yes on whatever ends up moving forward. But I'm willing to hear more discussion about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to raise agenda item number 12, an act concerning fees in lieu of sidewalks. Senator Rahman,
Yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw,
Yes.
Senator Gordon,
Yes.
Representative Haynes,
No.
Representative Chafee,
Rep. Chafee votes yes.
Senator Needleman, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Delnicki, Representative Dubitsky,
No.
Senator Fazio, Senator Fonfero, Representative Gunker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator Honig, Senator Huang, Representative Lamarck Muir,
Yes.
Senator McCrory, Representative Lamar, Representative Rader, Representative Santinella, Representative Winter,
Representative Winter votes yes.
Representative Zawistowski, and Representative Zulo.
Rep. Zulo votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. And if there is no objection, because we know we need roll calls on 17, 18, 19, and 20, we would like to raise them as one sort of entity. No objections? Okay. Do I have a motion to raise 17, 18, 19, and 20? Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. 17, 18, 19, and 20 are what we colloquially call dummy bills. Some people call them placeholder bills. Some people call them other things. They are essentially non-bills. They're just a name. 17 is an act concerning municipal issues. So if that passes this committee as a concept, then hanging out there in space is a bill that has passed committee with no substance in it. And what happens is, at some point down the road, somebody's going to think of a bill and say, hey, my idea already passed committee because it's in somewhere in the realm of an act concerning municipal issues. And they can throw it in there and say, well, it got raised by the committee. And what typically happens is these bills go through and they don't get a public hearing. And then after the public hearing process is over, they're amended and a new concept is inserted into them. A concept that the public never had an opportunity to see or to comment on. And there's no public hearing. So there's 4 of them on this agenda. An act concerning municipal issues, an act concerning municipal agencies, an act concerning planning and development. You can only imagine what could go in that one. And an act concerning local government. And we shouldn't be raising bills that are just broad titles. We should only be, if we're going to raise concepts, we should raise specific concepts so we can talk about them. We understand what they mean. We understand what the bill that is going to be attached is going to be about. We can discuss it. People can talk about it at a public hearing. They can address it to their legislators. But these dummy bills, people have no idea what's going to be in them. Now, I know that there are legislators who think that they are a convenient vehicle to move ideas that they hadn't thought about in a timely fashion. They hadn't thought about at the committee period when bills are supposed to be put in. Okay, so you didn't think about it. Well, either try to amend a bill later that has some substance to it, or do it next year. We should not be having these amorphous concepts floating out there in space that anybody can just grab and add something that doesn't get a public hearing. Now, I know that both sides of the aisle are guilty of this. They both think that this is great. Yeah, let's just sneak something through that the public won't have to comment on, and we'll get our ideas in later. I don't think that's how legislators should act on either side of the aisle. I don't think they should be allowed. But since they are allowed, I will continue to speak out against them and continue to vote against them. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Rahman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is my fourth session, pretty much. And the last fourth session, every sessions, I think we raise 2, 3, or 4 dummy bill or placeholder, whatever my good friend, my colleagues, Rep. Dubelsky refer. But I don't think so. PND ever use one single dummy bill for any purpose. Only last session, last day, about 10 p.m., 2 hours before session over, we used dummy bill for my good friend Rep. Dubelsky's one bill, because there is no where you can put the bill. So we use the dummy bill, PND. I'm the one, I raised that bill, PND. So I just want to echo that. It's refreshing everyone's mind. And I'm grateful we are raising concept, basically whatever you call the dummy bill, I repeat that. If we had no dummy bill at that day, we couldn't use your bill to moved. So sometimes it's for good use, other than even though, but that bill was not also public hearing, but we use and you asked for that. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator. Further discussion? I would just close by saying that the majority of what our good colleague on the other side of the aisle shared, I agree with. I think that it is unfortunate when people come to us with an idea that should have been fully vetted by a public hearing. Unfortunately, in the last 4 sessions that we have co-chaired, the overwhelming majority, we've only used maybe 1, maybe 2 per session, so not the full 4 per session. And the majority has been used by one group and not another. And last year, I was put in a very difficult position because a deal was made, frankly, above my head for a concept. And then we had to go ahead with it. And ultimately, that bill was vetoed by the governor because there were many groups who realized that it was going to harm projects they were working on or in some way cause agita in their local communities. I think it's important that we remember with these placeholder bills, I don't think it is so much that people have not wanted their concepts vetted, and this is a back end way to get something done. I think that in many cases, it is a situation where something has come up in a local area and so it happens to be under planning and development's cognizance, and we have to work something out for that representative or senator. I am grateful that I have not had to utilize one myself. But that does not mean that I would not, under the circumstances of one of my towns came to me and said, this has to be done right now. And if we don't get it right now, something catastrophic is going to happen. I don't think that has been the case in the dummy bills that we have used, but I do know that it happens. And as the good representative said, both sides of the aisle do partake in using these placeholder bills. So I think that we need to be mindful of the fact that they should not be used willy-nilly, but that in some cases they are absolutely valid and necessary to be used. Is there any further discussion? If not, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
A motion has been made and seconded to raise agenda items 17, 18, 19, and 20, an act concerning municipal issues, an act concerning municipal agencies, an act concerning planning and development, and an act concerning local government. Senator Rahman,
Yes.
Representative Kavros DeGraw,
Yes.
Senator Gordon,
Yes.
Representative Haynes,
No.
Representative Chafee,
Rep. Chafee votes yes.
Senator Needleman, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Delnicki, Representative Dubitsky,
No.
Senator Fazio, Senator Fonfara, Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator Honig, Senator Wong, Representative Lamarck Muir,
Yes.
Senator McCrory, Representative Lamar, Representative Rader, Representative Santinella, Representative Winter,
Representative Winter votes yes.
Representative Zawistowski, and Representative Zulo.
Rep Zulo votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. As a reminder, the votes will be held open until 2 p.m. Our next Planning and Development Committee meeting, which will be in 2B, is going to be on Friday, February the 13th. Ooh, ominous. 10:30 a.m. And with that, we are in recess. Thank you so much.
Hi, Representative.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We
Uh,
had,
Go ahead.
we had, 1, 2, 3, 4 roll call votes. One on,
Uh-huh.
do you have the agenda in front of you?
No, but I know what they are, so I just don't have the numbers. You can tell me which ones were the roll call votes. I'm pretty sure I know which ones they are.
So concept number 2,
Uh-huh.
concept number
Yeah.
4,
Okay, so concept number 2 was the pet shops.
concept number 2 is the pet shops. Yep.
Okay, number 2 was the commercial vacancy.
So the concept number 2 was the pet shops. Concept number 4 was the commercial vacancy fee. Yep. Yes.
And then the other one was the sidewalks, right?
Yep. Concept 12 was
Okay.
the sidewalk.
Okay, on the pet shop, I am a nay.
Okay.
On the commercial vacancy, I'm a nay.
Okay.
And on the sidewalks, I'm a yay.
Okay. And then we had one more roll call on the last 4 concepts, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That was one.
Yeah, I'm a yay on those.
Okay. All right, perfect. You're all set.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I have one. Yes, myself. One that I know we haven't had a chance to talk about yet, I don't believe, is the occupational license. I don't know
Hi, Senator. I can't, you're muted. Sorry.
How are you, Christian?
Good. Just give me one moment to grab a pen and then I'll go through these. So thank you. So we went through, we only had 4 roll call votes.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the agenda in front of you?
I do, and I was watching it while I was
Okay,
in finance.
perfect. Awesome.
All right.
Yep. So I have concept 2. Do you want me to go one by one? Does that work for you?
Yeah, let's just get the 4 votes.
Yep.
So number 2, I am a yes.
A yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
4. Concept 4.
Concept 4. Hold on a second.
You're good.
Let me double check. Commercial vacancy fee.
Yep, you got it.
All right. Were there any conversations about it from the standpoint of
Not really one.
all right, I am a no.
No. Okay.
Okay.
I have concept number 12.
Yeah. Indeed, right? I know it just went out, so I thought, I didn't know if she's building.
So requiring a fee in lieu of sidewalks. So talk to me a little bit. You know what? Number 12. I'll raise it. It's an interesting concept. I'll be a yes.
Okay. And then the last ones was 1 roll call for concepts 17, 18, 19, and 20, and that'll be on the back.
That is fine.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And that is all.
Okay.
Perfect.
And what about the dummy bills?
So that the last 17, 18, 19, and 20 was the dummy bills on the back.
Okay. And what about the other bills were not raised?
Those were voice votes.
Oh, okay. So we're good on all of them.
Yep.
So what did I vote on the dummy bills? Yes, right?
You voted yes. Is that okay?
Correct. Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you,
Thanks,
Senator.
Christian. Christian,
All right.
what is your number?
Sure. I can give you my cell. Is that okay?
That would be fantastic.
That'll be 860
Yep.
549
Yep.
4288.
If you're keeping a roster, can I give you mine?
Yes. Well, do you mind just texting me? Because I think this is actually broadcasted, so I don't want to put out the number.
You're right.
So
All right.
why don't you just text me and then I'll have it.
Christian, thank you. Good call.
You got it.
See you later. Have a great day.
Good morning.
Hi, Senator.
How are you?
Good. So for roll call, we had 4 roll calls and then the rest were voice votes.
Okay,
Do you have the agenda in front of you or do you need me to do the titles?
just tell me what those 4 are. The other ones, I'm a yes.
So we did concept number 2. An act authorizing municipalities to prohibit the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in pet shops.
Okay, we're raising that. I'm assuming that was not unanimous.
That was a roll call and that was not unanimous, no.
Okay, partisan lines.
Yeah, we had Senator Gordon vote yes as of 11:42.
Okay,
And Senator Wong as of 11:42.
they voted yes, the other Republican. I'm a yes to raise the concept. Never gonna happen, but
And then I have concept number 4, which was an act authorizing a commercial vacancy fee.
what the hell is that?
So that was, I can pull up what that was based off of. Just give me one moment, just so I can. That was a concept from the folks from CT Main Street. Commercial properties tend to sit vacant for much longer periods of time. This is meant to give an incentive for owners to find new tenants faster.
So I don't, it's fine. I'm in favor of it.
Okay. Then I had concept number 12, an act concerning fees in lieu of sidewalks.
What?
It's fixing an issue many towns and COGs have brought up that have made it extremely difficult for towns to allow fees in lieu of sidewalks.
I don't know what that means. A fee in lieu of the sidewalk. It's interesting. I'll be interested to hear that discussion.
Okay, so are you a yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
was that a partisan line also?
As of 11:44, Senator Gordon voted yes. And Representative Zullo voted yes. As of 11:44.
So you can pay a fee and not put in a sidewalk.
Yeah, from my understanding, but that might be a better question for
Yeah, I don't know
Representative
about
Cameron to throw in.
yeah, what's the fourth one?
And then the 4th one was for placeholder builds 17, 18, 19, and 20.
I'm a yes.
Okay. And that was it. The rest were voice votes.
Great. Nice to meet you, Kristen.
Thank you, Senator. Nice to meet you as well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good morning. Just checking in for
Hi,
meeting day.
Representative. So most of them were voice votes. We had 4 roll call votes. Do you need me to say the titles for each one, or?
You do not. I am voting in the affirmative on each of the bills on today's agenda.
Perfect. All right, then you're all set.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative. Hi, Representative. Sorry about that. I have
No,
I have it on two different computers, and for some reason on the second one, you weren't in the waiting room.
That's
So
okay. I
just-
emailed you because I don't have your direct number. I have to find the new updated directory, but no
I can
problem.
send it to you just so you have
That'd be
it.
great. If you could, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so we had 4 roll call votes. The rest were voice votes. Do you have the agenda in front of you?
I
Did you want me
don't.
to say
I
the
don't
titles
have.
for you?
That would be great if you could read that
Right.
off. That'd be very helpful.
Mike, do you mind passing me an agenda? All right. So we had concept number 2, which was an act authorizing municipalities to prohibit the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in pet shops.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, and then it was concept number 4, which is an act authorizing a commercial vacancy fee.
Yes.
Okay, and then it was concept number 12, an act concerning fees in lieu of sidewalks.
Was this a consensus vote? Like, I don't know the context of this bill, so I want to make sure I'm supporting my
This
House Chair.
was, as of 12/31, the only nay votes were Haynes, Representative Haynes, Representative Dubitsky.
Okay, then I'm a yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
You just never know what the name of these bills.
I know,
the
especially
intent
because they're
is.
concepts, it's sort of.
Yeah.
And then the last roll call was 17, 18, 19, and 20. These are the placeholder bills.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and that was it then. We are all set.
All right, thank you. Have a good
Appreciate it.
weekend.
I'll
Take
reach
care.
out to your aides and we'll make sure we have contacts.
Yeah, so my aide Rosalie is sadly going, I mean, I'm happy for her, but she's going to the policy department. So I'm going to be getting a new aide
Okay.
soon. So she is with me until the middle of next week, but then I'll have someone new.
Perfect. Well, I'll reach out to her then because I know Rosalie when she was a clerk. So
Yeah, yes. She's going back to kind of doing some of that, but more policy work. Okay, I appreciate it, Christian.
all right.
Take
Thank you,
care.
Representative.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
How you doing?
Hello, Senator.
What's up? You need a vote?
Hello?
You need a vote from me?
Can't quite hear you.
You need me to vote on something?
Hold on 1 second.
Do you need me to vote on something? 1 second.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
You need a vote. You need a vote.
Yes, sir. So, do you have an agenda in front of you?
I have it in front of me, but let's go. You can go through it real quick.
So we did a roll call on 2, 4, 12, 17 through 20.
I'm good with that. I'm a yay.
You're a yay for all?
Yep.
All right, Senator. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.